This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Angel Martinez, I think we have some good news on the 15 northbound. Angel, what do you say? What do you know?
So it's the center divider and the left lane that are open for travel heading northbound on the 15 just outside of Baker. So that's a little bit of movement. I was just looking at the backup, and it's still really tough. I'm just calculating it right now. And you're backing up from Basin Road all the way to just before the Baker off-ramp. And that is that's pretty far.
Thank you for
You're welcome.
for the calculation.
Really
Just calculating it right now, and it's coming up pretty far. And then not only am I looking at the fire that's on there, but people were texting as they were approaching the fire, and now there's 3 crashes on the way to that fire.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, the drive opens up for like 50 feet, and people put the pedal to the metal.
Right.
And
Bang.
then they're texting, "Oh, hey, I'm moving again." Boom.
Well, I'm telling you who's sweating right now, the guys in the Teslas and the electric cars, because they didn't calculate for this. And they are going to be angry and hot as hell when they get to Mandalay Bay, wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm. So northbound still looking at about 12 miles of a backup.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Angel Martinez, thank you very much. Thank you. All right. We've got a professor detained in this sweep out at the marijuana growing firm, or I don't know what they do out there. I think it's a marijuana growing business that's legal, and it's huge. Hundreds of people work there. And a professor, it was raided by Border Patrol and ICE and all the feds that are in town. And a professor was detained from the Channel Islands University out there. I think Channel Islands State University. And he said he didn't do anything. And the cops and the Border Patrol said, yeah, he threw either a smoke bomb at us or a canister. And so let's find out what happened to this dude, this professor out there.
We know that professor is supposed to have a bond hearing in federal court at 1:30 this afternoon. Also, new details from a federal complaint stating that he has assaulted a federal officer. So those are still allegations. He has not been proven guilty just yet. We're going to have to see how this all goes. But take a look at these new images. They were just into our newsroom, and they're coming from that federal complaint. As you see, these pictures of Jonathan Caravello are from the federal complaint saying at the immigration raid, he changed his clothes from a blue floral shirt to a pink t-shirt just moments before his arrest. It states body cam images show him using a megaphone to blast a loud siren at immigration enforcement agents. And when officers deployed tear gas for crowd control, the professor first tried to kick a canister, then turned around, ran back, and hurled it at agents coming within several feet of their heads. These words shared recently by that professor at a city council meeting.
Many of my students are undocumented and many of their families are undocumented. It's my responsibility to protect them. And so I've been patrolling the city streets, following armed, masked thugs trying.
Wait, he was doing what?
And so I've been patrolling the city streets.
He's been patrolling the city streets. He's a professor. What's going on with this guy?
And so I've been patrolling the city streets, following armed, masked thugs trying to kidnap my neighbors.
Those comments were
Border Patrol is what he's talking about.
Thugs trying to kidnap my neighbors.
Those comments were from the CSU Channel Islands philosophy professor Jonathan Caravello at a Camarillo City Council meeting just last week, standing up for undocumented students and their families. But now the professor finds himself locked up. Caravello was apprehended Thursday during the large-scale immigration raid at Glass House Farms. The U.S. citizen was
That sounds like quite an operation out there at Glass House Farms. It's huge. And all they do is grow marijuana out there. Man, oh man, what a life that would be, huh? Go to work, grow marijuana all day, sample a little during lunch, and head home.
Was participating in protests at that location when federal agents conducted.
What if you get a discount? Like we get discounts here on swag.
Employee discount?
Yeah, we get whenever there's a sweatshirt here that, has one arm longer than the other, they'll sell it to us for half off here at the KFI store upstairs. I haven't seen anything lately. I guess the new seamstress they've hired is pretty good. But they used to have hats that the logo was not centered or one sleeve was longer than the other one in a sweatshirt. And instead of $30, we can get that for $15. That's kind of a cool deal.
They thought they were being cute back in the day when they misspelled more stimulating talk radio and they made it more stimulating talk
That's
radio.
right. I thought they did that on purpose, to sell the show. And they're like, nah, somebody just screwed up. But you have a KFI. Did you get that at the KFI store, your KFI backpack?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. It's
Really?
one of my favorite things I own. I'm not a big backpack guy, but this is really nice, good quality.
It is nice.
I use it all the time.
Do people stop you and ask you, hey, what's your relationship to KFI?
I have gotten that from time to time, yes, walking around Claremont. It's vicinities, yes.
That's great, man. That's cool. Spreading the word.
Yes, absolutely. I'm all about
That's what you got to do.
promotion, man. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Let's get back to the professor who's been arrested.
Was participating in protests at that location when federal agents conducted the operation. His supporters, including faculty colleagues, are denouncing this arrest as unlawful in their own words and demanding his immediate release. They maintain Caravello was exercising his constitutional right to peaceful demonstration when that situation escalated.
He is just such a gentle person and an amazing colleague, and he's a passionate speaker, but I could not imagine him being in any trouble.
But today, Caravello remains confined in oscillation.
Now you got to expand your imagination because he's in trouble. So when you say you couldn't imagine he could be in trouble, now your imagination needs to be expanded a little bit because he is.
Him being in any trouble.
But today, Caravello remains confined in oscillation. That's over at the Federal Detention Center downtown. His attorney says he's been held like a high-risk offender. Federal prosecutors paint a different picture, however.
He was being held in oscillation.
Yeah, I know that you're going to pick up on that. They spin people in the lockup. If you're a professor, they put you on a big spinning wheel.
But today, Caravello remains confined in oscillation.
Yeah, oscillation. Yeah,
Wow, I wonder if he's
oscillation,
dizzy.
dude. Yeah.
Confined
He's confined in oscillation.
Confined in oscillation. That's over at the Federal Detention Center downtown. His attorney says he's been held like a high-risk offender.
Wouldn't that be great if that was one of the words that kid said his whole life and his mom and dad never corrected him?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, we go to the park and we put on that thing, we go on the oscillation thing. And and then my mom, sometimes we get in trouble. She keeps us in oscillation. And all the parents are like, that's so cute. And they get a real job. And it's like, mom never told me. It's wrong.
Federal prosecutors paint a different picture. However, U.S. Attorney of California posted on an X to clarify the situation, stating Caravello wasn't kidnapped, but arrested for alleged.
That's not the Caravello who worked here. That's a different Caravello?
It's a different Caravello.
Is it? Okay.
I hope not.
All right. Just checking.
wasn't kidnapped, but arrested for allegedly throwing a tear gas canister at officers, now facing those serious federal charges. The clash between demonstrators and federal agents became very violent, leading to multiple arrests. The raids detained more than 300 undocumented immigrants, including at least 14 minors working illegally. Well, his attorney is saying that the professor at the time was shielding students.
All right, that's we'll find out, if that guy gets out and what charges are going to be thrown at that professor.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
When I was, my dad had 6 kids. And so when you have 6 kids, you are, and a mom that's yelling at everybody, you got some nervous stomachs in the house. And occasionally you could hear one of my siblings fart. And my dad would always sing the Take Me Out to the Ball Game, because every fart sounds like the first note of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So you'd hear, me out to the ball game. And so I'm in the airport bathroom in Portland, got a little buzz on, and I hear a guy in the stall fart. It goes, and I go, me out to the ball game. And I can see him laughing his ass off. The guy's singing to his fart. That is fantastic. But now every time I hear one, all I think is that first note of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Me out to the ball game. At whatever level it is, like, me out to the ball game. The only other song you can do that with is The Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Where over the rainbow? That also sounds like the first note of any fart is the equivalent to that note of that song. But those are the only 2 songs I could think of. Can't think of any other songs. Me out to the ball game, or but the Somewhere Over the Rainbow I think is classier for some reason. And
Classier?
I think the Take Me Out to the Ball Game is seasonal. I don't know if you can get away with it in the middle of January or February. Got to be in baseball season to knock that out. All right, we got some other news going on here. We hate to say this, but there's been a death in a meat grinder. Oh man, I think those, and what are those things called that chew up branches and trees, small trees?
Wood chipper?
Wood chipper. Yeah. Those are the 2 that I gotta think are pretty quick ways to go. And
depending on which end goes in.
Yeah, but I always thought there should be a cage over those things where you can't, or at least have a tether on you where you can't get sucked into it.
Well, there's usually like a grate.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like a grid.
There should be.
Metal. There usually is.
Right. But a guy, he's wearing a sweatshirt. It's got a string on it to tie it, and he's enjoying his life. And then, bang, it gets caught in the chipper.
They want to be able to put the huge, just wide branches in there with no obstructions. Right. They want just ease of use, man. Get it in there.
And it doesn't look like a lot of the guys with the wood chippers are also into rules and following safety protocol. Right. Looks like they just want to get home.
Just throw it in. I don't care.
That's right.
Those feathers that you spit out, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. But this one is a meat grinder. A meat grinder. This poor guy, that's a wrap on him in a meat grinder.
A horrific story here in our breaking news, investigating from police the death of a 19-year-old employee who fell into a meat grinder. Vernon police say a sanitation worker was cleaning an industrial meat grinder. When he fell inside, that machine then somehow turned on. The incident happened at Tina's Burritos factory on East Vernon Avenue around 9:30 last night. The workers...
Wait, where was it?
The incident happened at Tina's Burritos.
Tina's Burritos.
Tina's Burritos factory on East Vernon Avenue around 9:30 last night.
Is that a frozen burrito, or is that a restaurant I've not heard of? Tina's Burritos.
Tina's Burritos factory on East Vernon Avenue around 9:30 last night. The worker's identity has not been released pending family notification. The incident appears to be an accident, but it remains under investigation. The California Occupational Safety and Health Administration will be investigating.
Oh, what a horrible way to go. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's quick. There's no pain there at the end. It's But man, when you know that you're going, the shoes in, your pants are caught, and there you go.
Ew.
That's that's a wrap. What does that need?
Over the weekend, I saw this video, and it was this guy that ran out onto a tarmac and ran around a plane whose engines were all fired up.
Uh-oh.
They're on. They're ready to go. And the guy ran around, but it wasn't moving yet, but the engines were on. The guy ran underneath the plane and around, and he jumped into the jet.
Is that right?
engine.
Got sucked in, huh? You see that occasionally on aircraft carriers where a guy gets sucked in, but he survives. He gets blown out the other way, and he's got a headache, but he makes it.
Oh, boy.
But this guy didn't make it, huh?
It looked like he jumped.
Oh, well, suicide.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of the crew on the tarmac were just like, everyone's turning around, bending over. They're just like, witness, this happening to somebody.
That is the absolute worst. The worst. All right, quick update, Angel. People are wondering what's going on with that 15.
You got it. 15 north before Baker, scene of a big rig fire, and it's the center divider and left lane that remain open for traffic to squeeze through. Delays are still just a nightmare, backing up for about 12 miles all the way from Basin Road.
Is 40 backing up? Everyone taking 40 and then getting on the 195 or 95, I should say?
Let me check that. It looks like the 40 actually looks good. And then the 95 looks good as well.
Okay. Yeah, the 95 will put you in Boulder City, I think, or, Mission Hills area. And then you got to backtrack and get into Vegas.
Yeah, both the 40 and the 95 are looking good. The delays that we were just mentioning, backing up for about 12 miles, will take you less than an hour to make your way through. Okay.
And it's only 112. So if you're in an electric car and you got the AC off so you can save, juice, it's 111 outside, probably 145 in the car. So what does your friend call watching the electric cars rolling up to the sweaters? Yeah, I was in Las Vegas, and I think we're at Classy Place, Circus. And he says, hey, goes, let's go to Mandalay Bay and check out the sweaters. I'm like, I don't know what that is. A guy's wearing sweater? He said, no, so we get in a cab. We go to Mandalay Bay. We get a couple of drinks. We're sitting outside. It's 105 degrees. I said, what is this? He goes, just watch. And literally 10 minutes later, a guy pulls up with his wife and his kid in an electric car. And they get out, and everybody looked like they just got out of the pool. Everybody's sweating their ass off. And what happens is, guys don't think they can make it to Mandalay Bay, so they shut the air conditioning off for the last 30 miles, and everybody's in a hot box where it's 130 degrees. And their first stop is Mandalay Bay, and they get out, and man, everything is soaked. Pants, shirt, jacket, everything is just soaked. And like every 15 minutes it happens. Like another 10 minutes goes by. Hey, another sweater. Look at this guy. Wow, this guy's got his wife and his 2 kids, and everybody's soaked. Everybody. And everybody's pissed. Because there's nothing that irritates you more in the world than sitting in a car, it's 100 degrees out, and you don't have air conditioning. It can drive the most patient person, the most patient, priest or, teacher or grandmother to a homicidal one in a heartbeat. It's the absolute worst. And that's why I always tell everybody, and Angel's the only one that's really sort of taken me up on this, and maybe the word will spread and more people can use this advice. On a hot day, never honk at anybody with their window open, because that means they don't have air conditioning and they are about to snap, and you might be the person they snap on. So if you see a car driving around on a day where it's 95 plus and they have their windows open, the guy doesn't have AC. He said no to the dealership, or it busted out and he didn't get it fixed. And he's livid.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
I was watching TV about a week and a half ago with my wife, and this advertisement comes on, and my wife reaches for her cell phone and is going to buy this thing, and she never does that. She never buys anything she sees on TV. I said, "What is this?" And she goes, "It's some kind of care kit, and it has treatment in it for when you go on vacation for 40 common and serious illnesses. Because when you go on vacation, you might be in a country or in a part of the world where you can't get medication, or they treat you with I don't know, like a medicine man comes in and does some voodoo on you or something. I don't know." She said, "Wait, before you do it, let me see if this is on the up and up." I did some research and I discovered it is, but I want to have this guy on, Peter Gillooly, to talk about this, because look, my wife never buys any of this stuff, Peter. You got a sale out of my wife, and that's impossible. Peter, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Tim.
So this is, tell us what, obviously we'll talk about, getting the flu and getting sick on vacation, which sucks. But this is the wellness company, and this is a kit. Not only did my wife want it, but Matt, our producer, I just found out during the break, he also bought one himself. What is in this thing, and why do people need this?
It's really taking the country by storm, Tim. So we have 8 prescription medications. This isn't a Walmart Band-Aid box. These are prescription medications made out to you, the purchaser, by our 50-state licensed doctors and sent to you by our 50-state licensed pharmacy. And they treat 30 different common conditions, the thing that you know you're going to get over the next couple of years: cold, flus, UTIs. We have it all covered. And really the best time to treat any of these conditions is within the first 24 hours of experiencing symptoms. Otherwise, you're going to get hung up in bed for days or more.
Right. And when you're on vacation, you don't know the area. You don't know which urgent care to go to or which doctor to go to. And you feel like you're on a different planet.
Never mind that. You might not even speak the same language.
That's right.
As the doctor when you're on vacation. We've had a ton of people come out of the woodwork really saying that they were saved by having one of these medical emergency kits in their suitcase, because it has everything from motion sickness to traveler's diarrhea. I mean, food poisoning happens all the time in travel, especially when you're in a strange place eating strange food. Don't let that ruin an expensive vacation that you paid all this money for and took time off from work.
Right. And I also love that Dr. Drew's associated with that. I think that guy's one of my favorite guests, one of my favorite people I've ever met.
Dr. Drew has been instrumental in designing these as part of our chief medical board. And we have a kit for multiple scenarios, everything from respiratory viruses to travel to first aid with things like an EpiPen, really life-saving medications that everyone should have in their home.
It's amazing that nobody up until now has ever done this. I mean, to have that, just that sense of, security when you travel, that you have that with you is terrific.
It really is. And I think we've just seen a land shift in the American consumer after the COVID-19 pandemic, when people really wanted to take their health into their own hands. Right. And this is really what we're all about and allowing people to do. I mean, you have a medicine cabinet at home, but nobody has medicine in the medicine cabinet. We're allowing them to do that.
It's urgentcarekit.com. And what does it run, and how quickly can you get it, and the whole run?
Yeah, so they start at $275 and up.
Right.
We have a kit for, like I said, almost every scenario. You can go on there, purchase it right away. You fill out a 2-minute questionnaire. After that, the doctor will review it, write you your prescription, and it'll come from our pharmacy within a week or so.
And it stays, shelf stable for a while?
Absolutely, yeah. So most medicines are shelf stable for at least a year. Okay. And if you use a medicine, no problem. We'll give you a replenishment. You can go back on our site and order one.
Oh, that's great. Okay. I got to get one, because it seems, I talked to Dr. Ray Kasheri. He's a pulmonologist out of Orange County. And he said that if you go on an airplane, the chances of you getting a cold, a respiratory illness, or some kind of just a household cold are about 38%. And he recommends
and
he also recommends when you get off a plane to take all your clothes off, shower, and throw those clothes into a hot washer and dryer.
Absolutely. There are more antibiotics prescriptions written every year than there are Americans. So it's just a matter of time till you need one of these medicines. So why not have it in advance?
Yeah, it's really a great idea, and it's legal to carry with you internationally or nationally.
100%. These are real prescriptions from a real pharmacy written out in your name.
And most of the people are probably calling because they do experience getting sick on weekend trips or on a cruise. Especially, look, if you're on a cruise and you're taking a 3-4 week cruise and you get sick, the chance of them having the medication on board are probably pretty slim.
Absolutely. And we make it even easier than that, Tim. We actually have a guidebook that comes in every kit that literally lets you look up your symptoms and match it to the medication in the kit. We make it easy.
So it's literally like you're your own pharmacist.
Yeah, it's your urgent care at home.
That really is a great idea. I urge everybody to get one. It's urgentcarekit.com. And I did some more research, and I found out you're with Adcology, and that guy's the best, man. That guy doesn't represent anybody but top shelf people. So how long have you been doing this?
We launched these kits a little over a year ago, and we've just been stunned by their popularity. And really, it kind of, I think, should be an essential part of every home in America. Anyone can benefit from having one.
Right. And it's not just traveling, but, if you get caught in, like the electricity goes out, or, you get like these, this incident on the 15 freeway where you're stuck for 5 or 6 hours. Maybe you have to slide into a hotel room because you missed a plane. There's a lot of different areas when you travel that you're not in control of. And if you get sick, that's the worst thing in the world is getting sick outside of your house or your bedroom. You always just want to be home. And this is a little piece of home with you.
Not only that, Tim, think about all the natural disasters we faced over the past year. I mean, the fires in California, the floods in Texas. I mean, these are people that did not have access to, never mind medicine, but electricity. You couldn't even call a doctor if you needed one. And we've had countless people who have written to us after buying a kit. We had one woman that actually was in the middle of Hurricane Beryl last summer. She lost power for a week, and it was 103 degrees outside. If she didn't have a kit, she could have died. She had a very severe UTI. So it's a heartwarming for us to see these success stories and know that we're actually saving lives.
Well, look, if you got Matt, our producer, and my wife independent of each other trying to buy one, you're onto something. My wife doesn't buy anything, nothing. I appreciate you coming on. UrgentCareKit.com, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, UrgentCareKit.com. I'm stunned that nobody in the history of this country or the world has come up with this before you guys. Stunned.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, thank you very much, Peter Gillooly. It's an urgent care kit that has prescription medication. So when you get sick on the road, it's happened to all of us, you have some peace of mind. UrgentCareKit.com. That's a cool guy. And I'm buying one. My wife's buying one. I know Matt has one. We're going to get one for Stefouche and everybody. We're all getting them. We're getting them, Stefouche, whether you like it or not.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
There are a lot of videos going around the internet of people promoting products or businesses that is not really them. I saw one the other day. Who was it? I think it was Tom Hanks, and you could tell it was a fake. It was done pretty cheaply, promoting a product that then you do some further research, and he's not involved at all. But in the future, look, we're at the very beginning stages of AI, and this is only going to get more difficult to tell the real celebrities who are endorsing products from the fake celebrities. But it seems like everybody is being attacked. Even Elmo on Sesame Street. Disgusting post made of Elmo. And people have a lot of time on their hands. There's a lot of creative people out there. And they're attacking Elmo. And that's when you know we're at rock bottom. Where Elmo from Sesame Street is getting whacked. Unreal. Let's find out what's going on here.
Elmo's social media is hacked. A series of graphic posts containing anti-Semitic language and criticisms of President Donald Trump appeared on the Sesame Street character's official X page, as seen in widely circulated screenshots. In response, Sesame Workshop, the nonprofit organization behind the long-running series, issued a statement condemning the profanity-ridden posts, which have since been deleted.
What the hell's going on where they're attacking Elmo?
A spokesperson for the company tells NBC News July 14th, quote, Elmo's X account was compromised today by an unknown hacker who posted...
And why does Elmo have an X account?
Quote, Elmo's X account was compromised today by an unknown hacker who posted disgusting messages, including anti-Semitic and racist posts. We are working to restore full control of the account.
Oh, hi. Welcome to Sesame Street.
Elmo was the subject of another social media frenzy in May after Trump signed an executive order to cut federal funding to PBS and NPR. Sesame Workshop later struck a partnership with Netflix to continue production of the series. After the cuts were made, a post surfaced on LinkedIn indicating that the perennial 3.5-year-old was out of work. However, Sesame Workshop subsequently confirmed that the post was merely a parody. The company said in a statement to Deadline at the time, quote, Sesame Workshop and PBS have shared commitment to using the power of public television to bring critical early learning to children across the country. For more than half a century, we have been proud to partner with them to bring Sesame Street's beloved characters and research-based curriculum to families nationwide.
Yeah, it's getting rough out there when they attack Elmo.
Elmo needs a social media page.
That's pretty good, Coach. Now, maybe that's you doing all this crap. With Elmo.
Elmo's just talking to his peeps.
Just talking to his peeps.
I got things to say.
That's classic, dude. That's great, man. You can do that. You can go on and do that voice.
My Sid used to have the principal at the Sid's elementary school used to have me come in and do their morning announcements.
Oh, that's great.
Over the intercom. With that, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That is cool, dude. Now I'm thinking maybe it is you doing all this. Who knows? All right, chimps on trend. How is it possible that chimps follow trends like human beings?
All right, also, it's not just humans. Science suggests chimpanzees also follow trends. Isn't this great? Please hold your jokes. Yeah. Glenn Walker came up to me while I was working on the story and goes, you know what they say? Monkey see, monkey do.
God, that actually sounds like Glenn Walker.
You know what they say?
That sounds exactly like Glenn Walker. Well, you know what they say? You know what they say?
You know what they say? Monkey see, monkey do.
It's an excellent.
Did it drop it? Yeah. Just walked right away, and I was like, "Oh man, can't."
Well, he's right.
He's right. It's very funny.
Glenn Walker is one of the anchors on KTLA on Channel 5. I've never heard anybody do a Glenn Walker impersonation ever before this.
Story comes from a sanctuary for chimps in Africa. Workers noticed chimps doing things that they learned from other chimps for no other reason than that the other chimps were doing them. They were doing it to fit in. The copying was a sign of social acceptance, and it actually relaxed the chimps. And so, if you're curious, the latest trend that chimps at the sanctuary are engaged in is not Labubus. It's not latex skin-looking bears. It is dangling blades of grass and sticks from their ear holes.
Oh, my God. You know, there was I went to Oregon over the past week, and there was a carnival up there, one of those local carnivals. I think it was a county fair, and I didn't see it. It wasn't, I had to fly home, but next week, I think, is the orangutan that fights people. And you can pay $10 and go in and fight the orangutan. And I saw that Nate Bargatze talk about this. You rarely see these anymore. Back in the 70s, it was everywhere. You go to a state fair, and there's an orangutan that fights people. And Nate had a great take on it. He said of the 1,000 guys there, 995 of them thought about fighting the orangutan, to pay to fight the orangutan. But if you get a group of 1,000 women, no women ever think of fighting the orangutan. It's something in our DNA that we just want to go and pay when we get drunk to go fight the orangutan. And the orangutan kicks the crap out of everybody, like one with one hand tied behind his back. He just kicks the hell out of everyone. And you pay to do it. You pay to fight the orangutan. Oh, that's classic. All right, we're live on KFI AM 640. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.